I download and then I have to integrate before I can share them. That's what I thought. But no, I can share them here. You can start digesting them however you want. This is just what I'm believing to be true right now. And then I'm going to process it and integrate it and see it from a higher level of awareness. And then my opinion's going to probably evolve. This is what is true for me right now. There's a lot of things that are layered on top of this that I understand, that I'm not saying in between the lines, but because I'm saying what I'm supposed to say. And you're going to react to it the way you're supposed to react to it because you found it. Magnetism, like attracts like. As your frequency is going up, you could call it up. It's just full spectrum awareness. You're gaining more full spectrum awareness where you can see more colors, hear more sounds. The energy, the vibration is different on the different planes of existence. And you can tap into them at any time. Anytime. It's the energetic grid that is Gaia. The crystalline grid. You are an over 90% crystalline liquid nature. So is Gaia. Plasma. Is that what it is? Yeah, we're like 99%. I think anyways. But everything's plasma. We're all plasma? Plasma is the outer layer of the earth. It's in the ionosphere. And it's how the cosmos interacts with Earth, I think. So it's like when a star explodes into a supernova, and all the star dust falls on the plasma layer of Earth and gets absorbed into us because we are it. Electrons, protons, neutrons. Check it out. If you are feeling pulled to, or just keep listening and I'm going to shift gears. It's just what's needing to come through right now. But if you're still here, it's landing somewhere in your body. And it's going to sit where it sits. And it's going to get water or it's not, but it doesn't matter. What's meant to stick will stick. That's another thing. Everything we're interacting with on this plane is sticking to us. Parts of us sticking to it, parts of it sticking to us. That's why we have to call all fragment parts of ourselves back into wholeness. Intentionally. That's energetic manipulation. Playing the ether, singing it. I don't know. I don't need a name for it. That name wasn't what I believed, but it's the easiest word I could come up with. Feeling I'm trying to express from what I'm seeing and feeling. And then I observed this video. That's why I think I said earlier is do this. Do this and observe it with the intention behind it. What's the intention behind it? It's that you're going to share it. Is that everyone's going to see it. And it's exciting because who's going to resonate? It's going to resonate. But it's also scary because you're like, who's going to throw shade? But I welcome it because I transmute the shadow. I can play in the dark and the light with ease and grace. It doesn't have a hold on me like it used to. I can go really deep, but I can go really high in the blink of an eye. And that's the process, maintaining the balance of dark and light. Convergence. Convergence is key. Doesn't land in my body yet. Because we're not manifesting. If we're using the word manifesting, that's giving an energy of you're not that. That's what you want. And we attract what we are, not what we want. It's crazy. But you can attract anything in the blink of an eye with how you're feeling about it. Like it's already here. Like you can already see it. Like you can taste it. When you can, in meditation, go deep in visualizations of what your ideal day looks like. Distill it down to what your ideal day looks like. We don't have to say what our ideal end life plan looks like. We can see where the next step is that we might want to lean. When we start small, when we see it through the lens of the mouse, when we can really be focused. Something to do with the spotlight effect and the floodlight effect. I'm not saying you become so linear that you're controlling everything, but it has something to do with your capacity, because you have awareness and then you have capacity. So, yeah, true. So, You can have so much high consciousness awareness. High consciousness. Consciousness is the field. And you can have such an awareness of that. But you got to be able to ground it in the body, embodiment. If you've not embodied the information, then your capacity is very low for what you can handle on this plane. When your system's regulated, when the lenses are clear, when you're seeing all there is to see and not just a small window. Yeah. So awareness is the window you're looking out of. When you can see the big picture, you feel the big picture. That lands different in the body. That up levels your frequency to full spectrum, more full spectrum awareness. And when you raise your frequency, your consciousness rises, frequency rises. They go hand in hand. At least that's what I believe. Based on the consciousness map. And so much else. So much else. But that is the next step that I can give to pull a thread for you, because I pulled that thread for myself. And I didn't know it existed until a year ago. And that illuminated something and lit something up inside of me that took me on another path, another timeline, where something different was possible. And different was what I desired. And if different is what you desire, then I am a lighthouse, a beacon for something different to be possible. A nugget of information for your soul to chew on. You grow through it or you let it go. You just let it go. You don't think about it anymore. Because when we're thinking of things continuously, it gives a charge in the body. And then you recite the story over and over and over again, and then it puts a tether in the body. So you got to cut the cords with the stories that don't feel good in the body. And how you do that? There's a lot of ways. And if you need to speak to someone, you speak to someone. You speak to someone. Whoever that may feel like it is. And however public you may want to do it. Saying it without saying it. Yes, and I laugh. Oh God, I laugh because this plane of existence is too heavy to be so serious. Why so serious? Is what I think about. It's the Joker. I think of the Joker. I need to watch that movie again. Psychological. The one with Joaquin Phoenix. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I think it scares me. I don't know why. It doesn't scare me, but it's been something I've been resisting for some reason, and I want to watch it. A human needs to watch it. It's a thought in my mind. It's been a thought in my mind for forever. Simple things like this. That is why I'm sharing this with you. It's simple things like that I'm avoiding doing. Not that I'm avoiding it, but I'm not making space for it. We have to make space for the things that are pulling at us. And finding space on this plane is hard because of time. We have a finite amount of it until you learn to bend it. Until you learn to bend it by moving through it differently. When you can move through time differently, it expands. Yeah. And that's what it comes back to, the loop. What I was speaking about earlier, the ratio, this infinity. They're closed loop sacred geometry. There's sacred geometry that's closed loop system, and there's sacred geometry that is spiral, ascending, descending. Growing, expanding, like source consciousness, not whatever else I said. Someone just pulled in and I got distracted because that's where I was supposed to go there. I was supposed to end there. So, and when you send these thoughts and desires out into the world, maybe there's an Earl out there. Squirrel. When you can send them out in the world and say yes and thank you. Like it's already here. Because it is already here. Every version of you exists. All potentials exist in this now moment. You just got to align with the frequency and you become it. But that's a process. Soul evolution is a process. And you use this planet and the planes of existence and earth, air, fire, water, the 4 suits in the minor arcana and the 22 gates in the major arcana. Arcana means hidden. And it originated as the card deck. Clubs, spades, hearts, diamonds. Oh yeah. This is interesting. One sec. You might like this. If you're still here, maybe you do. But this is what I'm feeling compelled to share. Oh. Oh, this book smells so good. Don't you love it when you buy a new journal from a place? It smells so good. Not like the toxic chemicals, but like, you know they're good chemicals. They're not chemicals. You know they're good plant materials. Because plant material is beautiful. We don't need synthetic. Synthetic will kill the body. Absorb into the bloodstream. Mess the hormones. Mess the thyroid. Mess with weight. Mess with mood. Make the human fluctuate in a very uncomfortable way. Okay, I'm not meant to find this, I guess. Oh, Plutarch. He was the one to call a trough a trough. Maybe there's something there for you. Greek mythology. Cups is hearts. Swords is spade. Pentacles is diamonds. And wands is clubs. When you can learn to work with the energies of these suits, the energies of our plane of existence, when you can balance them inside the body, that's when you're alchemizing ether. That's when you're walking the alchemist journey. If you're here, you're walking the alchemist journey. And if you are, holy shit. Love it. Please connect. Because this journey is heavy, and I want to resonate with souls that get it, that are there at this level of resonance. If anything I'm resonating with, if there's anything I'm resonating with within you at this point still, there's something there. There's something there. For you and your evolution of your soul is what I'm referring to. Whatever nuggets you're resonating with are going to help elevate your human. Believe it to see it. Not the other way around. You got to believe it first. Those words coming out of your mouth, you have to believe them before you can embody them. You won't embody them until you believe them. You'll embody a distorted version of them, which will take you further away from your truest self, which holds your highest abundant potential in all frameworks of life. We're in a renaissance right now, a technological renaissance, evolutionary renaissance, where the game is changing on this plane because more and more people are getting it. They're seeing through the game. They're seeing through the Matrix. I don't know if I'm going to get flagged or just hidden in the algorithm. So if that is another thing. If this resonates with you, if this has found you, holy shit, there's stuff here for you. There's stuff here. ConsciousHumanMFG.com. Email. Drop it like it's hot. You will be the first to receive my book when it comes out very soon. Yeah, I can't drop the name yet. My human's too attached to it. Someone got to a book I wanted to write. Not completely like on point with the name, but I was like, holy shit. That name didn't exist when I started writing it. And then it appeared like 3 months later. And I was like, whoa. Because I resonate with somebody. We're doing the same things. We're doing the same things. And maybe not on all levels, but it doesn't matter what level. It just matters that we're here as medicine for one another. And when you can see that and have gratitude in that trigger, that's when the trigger changes. That's when the trigger leaves the body because you have gratitude for it, because you've understood why it's there. The judgment you have for that other, you understood why you had that judgment, and you integrated the reflection into your human. which expanded your level of awareness, consciousness, capacity, grounded you further into the ether, hopefully. No, if it's embodied, you've grounded it. You're grounding it. You're grounding yourself more. That's what you're doing too, because that's what I'm doing. Grounding myself more, sitting out in the rain, feeling the ions in the air. We are the air. Electrons, protons, neutrons, so many other things. But plasma. Plasma's in our blood. We can donate plasma. we donate plasma. We produce plasma. And so does this plane. And that means something to me, so it means something to you. Because that's fucking cool and eye-opening. When you can connect the dots. When you can connect the dots. Your awareness expands, the window expands, your heart expands. Because it feels good to have a regulated nervous system. It feels good to not be in fight or flight. I'm not showing this. Get tagged for anything. In a bad way. You shared my product and now you have to take your video down. That happened with a song. It's so different nowadays with how we've evolved through all the levels. The music industry, all the industries. Was it Detroit that was like, what the heck was it called before? Now all I can think about is the Rust Belt. And that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. And when it's a booming economy, crushed. And then the people around are crushed. Until they're not. Because you up-level and evolve through your pain. And that's the process of soul growth evolution. We alchemize the density of this plane through the heart, and she rises and we rise. We have to rise together. More people need to be connected to this planet. Grid workers, grid activation. That's a thing. And that's what I want to do. I do it where I am always, but I want to do it with people. I want to do it with a group of people. Somewhere special. So many places are calling me. Egypt. Greece, south of France specifically, Australia, London, listen to the rain. Can you hear the rain? You can always fast forward if these moments are too slow for you. But the message isn't complete yet. This is part of the process. I'm sorry if it's boring. Take it as an invitation to slow down. My mood, my energy has just been so high because when I'm downloading, it just takes a lot of energy. But this has been so helpful. Really letting it all out. I just let it all out. Am I gonna definitely struggle with sharing this? For sure. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not going to. I was just real, raw, and me. Like, you weren't even there. In the most loving way possible, I mean. Not yours specifically, but others. The energy of judgment. The gate of judgment. In the major arcana. The gate of judgment. This might be long. It's going to be exactly what it's supposed to be. You're going to bob and you're going to weave. Fast forward in the video. Maybe I'll learn how to put points into it that tell you where I'm at. Because that's helpful sometimes. Collective Evolution. Amrit, I think his name is. He does that. And I love that. Because sometimes certain things aren't resonating. And when you can understand that, You don't waste your time, not waste your time, but it's just not resonating with you. But you know something will. So you fast forward a little bit until something is said and it lands in the body. And you're like, okay. And then all of a sudden, it's not resonating anymore. And you swipe. And that's okay. You got what you needed. What do you need? You ask yourself, what do you need? The world just came back out. This is the card I did the other day. This is the Ouroboros. The snake eating its tail. And this is you and I rising through it, through the undistorted sacred geometry. The Merkaba. Merkaba? Is it a Merkaba that precession creates the Earth's wobble? Is that what it creates? Is the Merkaba above and below? I'll look it up later and confirm, but I think so. We are a Merkaba. Is it Metatron that's associated? His frequency? It's there. I don't know. Metatron. You know. The frequency that exists, and you could call it the oversoul, but it's just in the field. It's not the oversoul. It's in the field. All potentials, everything. Call the Akashic Records the field. Some can tap into it on a more expanded level than others, because the other is just not there yet, but the other could get there if that was where they desired to go. The flower of life. There's something to do with the seed of life and the flower of life. And the 5. What's that? Pentacles. Earth. 9. 9 of Pentacles. We're all in a 9 year. We're all in a 9 year. Entering 10. The year of the snake is ending. Has the snake been coming in for you? Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer? Holy shit. I think it was the beginning of the year in September when it really dropped into my consciousness. Ophiuchus and what that represented. The 13th constellation. I was watching Code 12 by Melissa Tittle, and I can't remember his name, but he was referring to, it's in Code 12, it's in the documentary. The 13th deacon in Egypt was covered black. Ophiuchus was covered black? The 13th constellation, astronomy acknowledges it as a constellation. I don't think it was ever a sign. I think it's got meaning like Orion. But Orion could also be considered a constellation? I don't know. I really don't know. But Mintaka, Alnitak, Alnilam are the stars that are in Orion's belt. And there's meaning there. Have you gone there? That's where I'm going to leave that. Because I have. But since you're in a 9 year, we're going through similar energies. The 9 year life path. There's actually 13. The 4 additional levels include the major arcana and the minor arcana. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. 4. 4 additional levels the human can utilize to get out of the loop, the subconsciousness. You can exit the control the subconscious has over you, integrate your ego, because that's the control mechanism of the subconscious. Releasing the ego, which is releasing the fear of judgment, feelings of guilt. Atone for what you've done that's holding the guilt in your body. Understand you're human. Have grace for yourself. There's some serious levels of humans that you're just like, whoa. A hurt human hurts humans. Period. A whole, healed, healthy human does not do the things that certain humans do. I this is very difficult. I try not to practice judgment. So I'm not judging anybody for the devastation and disgust that's occurred on this plane. I am judging their soul. I don't know. Not judging their soul. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm way too in my head. And that's where I get. And that's why someone asked me today something about I've said the words and this is so hard. What the fuck? It's because the nature of this plane, the ascension and descension, the ego, it's a process of removing the overlays and integrating. Upgrading the codes, the dormant DNA, the full potentiality. I recently heard 24 strand. Before 12 strand was my reality. Now it's 24 strand. And Ivy League is researching the 12. So mainstream's catching up finally. Mainstream's not catching up. Mainstream's having to evolve. Everyone's evolving. This plane can't exist anymore in this form of oppression. The layers are becoming lifted off this plane because higher states of consciousness are being imparted because help has arrived. Yeah. Gaia's rising. Whatever's helping her rise. It's got something to do with the cyclical nature of this plane, the 26,000 year cycle. We're in the Satya Yuga now by way of that tradition, which means the cycle of remembering, which means the planet's rising, the frequency, the dimensional frequency of this plane is rising. That's why the planes of existence, you go through them in theta energy healing. That's the mode that they enter. And that's the mode that helped my human learn to understand this plane, understand this plane. And yeah, I'm super pumped to get this book out. It's been on my soul for so long, which means you probably have a book that's in your soul also. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you're listening still, maybe you do. Again, all these messages aren't for you specifically. It's meant for a real select few of people because not all on this plane are at that level. We're all at varying levels of this incarnation loop. There's an architecture to incarnation. That's what I'm trying to understand. I just can't. All this information just keeps coming in and I love it. But it's like, it's my medicine. I'm not getting married to it, to my mind through it. I'm letting the information come in, feeling what I need to feel immediately, and understanding that the rest will come. And that's how it works. I love you so much. Peace.